What's going on, everybody? My name is Aiden, and welcome back to another episode of Chicago Bulls Weekly. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be looking at the previous week for the Chicago Bulls, give some awards to those players that may deserve it, and ultimately discuss the week ahead. It was a strong week, ladies and gentlemen. Some of these games felt like it was a lifetime ago. With all the crazy events that happened this week, it was truly a joyous week. And let's hope it can continue for this next week. And it starts with the Thunder there. But before we get to that, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to drop a like, follow, and or subscribe if you are new. And let me know in the comments below your thoughts about the Bulls' previous week, the awards given, and upcoming week to come. We had 3 games to look forward to this week, ladies and gentlemen. We went 2-1, so a really positive week overall, beating some very tough competition, and it started with the Denver Nuggets. We won this one 129-119. No Jokic in this game, but this was the same Nuggets team that ended up beating the Houston Rockets and ending their 9-game winning streak at the time. So that is a very respectable and formidable opponent that we faced and we beat in the end. Of course, Jokic makes a big difference. Jokic does make a winning difference as well. It's very clear. But we shouldn't be upset with who we beat there. That was still a strong team that we beat, and that gives us every right to be proud. We moved on, returned home to face the Lakers, and in an amazing short time, we came back and won this one 119-117. A half-court buzzer beater sealed the deal, but a lot of luck and a lot of hard work, a lot of talent came in our way, and we had to make sure we were ready for that. The Lakers came to play, but we had to match them, and we did. And yes, a couple of steals, a couple of threes, a couple of lucky events came our way, but luck is earned in this league. We earned our luck through sheer determination to wanting to come back in that game. Simple as that. Moving on to the game that we lost against the Dallas Mavericks. We lost this one 120-119. Another close and competitive effort. Again, trying to play catch up from a losing position. It definitely hurt us in the end. We made it very close. I'm very happy with how this Bulls team performed in that game. But catch-up basketball sometimes doesn't always work. And in the end, it didn't work in this game. We lost to the Dallas Mavericks, who I heard are 4-0 with Anthony Davis in the lineup. So, again, formidable foe, I would say, that we faced there. We just didn't have enough to win that one. We move on, though. And we move on to the awards given. Defensive Player of the Week, Sixth Man of the Week, Player of the Week. We'll cancel the must improve for this one once again. I think this team has done too well for me to give must improves. I might just cancel it in general until we start losing again, because I just can't pick one. This team really is playing some great team basketball, and everybody's shipping into that. With that being said, my Defensive Player of the Week, the only person I have in mind for this is Matas Buzelis. But at the end of the day, I don't personally think the Bulls played great defense this week. I mean, the points tally given out of the 3 games are very close. 119, 117, and 120. That's not great defensive numbers, if to say the least. Josh Giddey had a couple of steal nights in there, but he didn't play great defense against Dallas. Matas Buzelis was probably the more consistent one. But yeah, I just want to move on from the Defensive Player of the Week. I don't think anyone really deserves it this week in general. But if I had to give it to one, I'd give it to him. Moving on. The Sixth Man of the Week will go to Dalen Terry. 2 good games out of the week. Really impressed with how much he stepped up this week. Last week as well. And it needs to continue. Our bench production has been very up and down. So if he's able to get consistency out of his game, it's going to be very well needed. Keep it up, Dalen Terry. 2 solid weeks to say the least. My Player of the Week. Look, Josh Giddey had a terrible night against Dallas. But he produced a highlight play that's going to be existing for ages. For years. People won't forget about that buzzer beater. One of the best buzzer beaters in NBA history. Not the best, but one of them. You don't forget stuff like that, especially in this culture that is the Chicago Bulls. So, I know Kobe White, consistency-wise, was better. Good game against Dallas, good game against the Lakers, good game against Denver. But for me, moment sometimes does take the edge. I'm giving it to Josh Giddey. Biased, I don't care. It is what it is. Let's move on. What do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Well, our first game, as we mentioned, is going to be against the OKC Thunder. This game is interesting because I don't know which OKC is going to come out to play. They might be able to rest some players for this one, considering that they're first seeded and it's going to stay that way. There's no one that's going to come and take their spot. But they might also try to go for 70 wins, and that could be a very important thing for them if they really try to go for it. So it kind of depends. They're a young team. Maybe rest isn't always what they need. So we could be versing the very best OKC. We could be versing a rested OKC. Players having to step up for some superstars that could be out. Either way, it is very important, no matter who we face, to show up in this game. Because that is the best team in the Western Conference at the moment that we will be facing. And if they're at their best, even better. I want them at their best. That's the thing. If you want the ultimate challenge, if you want the Bulls to show real signs of progression, you should want this team to take it to the very best that there is. And OKC is one of them. And you want to take it to them. And I hope we do take it to them. But if they're not fully healthy, if they do come in with players out, the important thing is to beat what's in front of you. And either way, we should be trying to get the job done there. Then we face the Raptors. The Raptors are all out of sorts in my opinion. I really don't know what's going on with the Raptors. But still, a team that you expect to beat. Let's hope that we can get that done. It's a back-to-back, so it could be a situation where it proves to be difficult. One of those games we might lose. Either way, best to accept that. And then our last game is against the Portland Trail Blazers, another game you'd expect to win. Again, our schedule is getting a tad bit easier, and we should be taking advantage of that. I'm picking 2-1 this week. Hopefully the Bulls can have another great week ahead. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.